The subaquatic base.
Welcome back to Azure Striker Gunvolt.
Also,
And now it's officially a Mega Man game, because now we have a boss selection screen.
also, Miku blocked me on Twitter, so I have to pay attention now.
Okay, so like I said at the beginning of part 1, you can actually, you do have missions you can do from earlier stages, but you have to actually select them first and then go back into the stations and do them. So anytime you're in the menu screen like this, if you hit L1, if you hit the L button, you can talk to Joel, and you're gonna want to do this before you start every stage. It may not help you, but it's better to do it and just hope it works out than not do it at all, because there is that slim chance that she can revive you if you die.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this and I'm like, this seems like a really bad idea.
I mean, you also get world building between Gunvolt and Joel, so context that's not in the game if you don't do it. So that's at least something.
I just read on there. It was like she's packing a sewing kit for her school, and I'm like, what kids go to school for sewing? And they're like, oh, wait a minute.
And then you remember this is supposed to take place in Japan, where schooling is taken very seriously over there.
No, I'm more like, oh wait, I had a sewing class in high school. Never mind.
Yeah, it's called home ec. Sewing and cooking.
Lots and lots of cooking.
I actually did more sewing in home ec than cooking, actually.
Yeah, I didn't do cooking at all, because I can't cook worth of shit.
Meh. Now, when you select the optional missions, they do explain what you have to do in order to complete them. It's completely optional, but that's also one of the ways you can get more equipment. And it's usually where you get the best equipment. You usually get better equipment for doing the side missions, so you may as well do them. And there's no punishment to not doing them. If you fail them, you can just go back and try again.
Yeah, I figured that.
Which is nice because, again, like, I go back and forth on this. I compare this a lot to Mega Man Zero, but there's a reason for that. Because in Mega Man Zero, if you failed a mission, then it was gone forever. And if you failed too many missions, it just kicks you to the final stage, and you don't. And, like, if you missed out on a lot of stuff, well, tough. You got to start the whole game over again.
Wait, say again?
Mega Man Zero 1. If you fail missions, like if you get a game over in the stage and go back to the stage select, you can't reselect that mission because it was considered a failure, so you can't reselect it. If you fail too many missions, then it unlocks the final stage, and you're screwed because you missed out on a lot of stuff. Like I said, Mega Man Zero 1 is hard as shit, and there's a lot of problems with it.
Okay, that much I did not know.
I didn't know about it either until it happened once, and I realized that I couldn't reselect the mission, so I just reset the game and didn't save. Because thankfully, it doesn't stay that way unless you save. Because Mega Man Zero is a lot like this, where you have to actually manually save. But yeah, that's a thing in Mega Man Zero 1. Thankfully, that's not a thing in this game. And they also got rid of that in every other Mega Man Zero game afterwards, because they realized that was fucking stupid.
I was like, that's gameplay mechanic nobody likes. We probably shouldn't do it again.
Yeah, they fixed a lot of things. It did take till Mega Man Zero 3 for them to make you stop gaining levels for your weapons, but baby steps.
Baby steps indeed.
Anyway, again, those spaces you see me pass through that reset my kudos meter to 0, those are the checkpoints. Again, you can do the risk versus reward thing where if you want to keep gaining... If you want your score to go up higher, you can ignore those and just get a higher and higher score.
Meanwhile, portals.
Yeah, that's the gimmick for this level, is you just keep jumping into portals. It's still a very linear stage, it's just you can get to a point where you kind of go into a minor loop. It's not that hard to figure out, though, because it's still a very run to the right and get to the end kind of game. So you're going to get to the end regardless. It's just... This is just here to waste time.
I mean, at least there's
And that'll only matter if you're trying to do the missions that require beating the stage in a specific amount of time.
Yeah.
It's like this is one and some of the missions in this game are ridiculous because like one of the missions in this game in this stage I think is like beat the stage without touching any water or get through it in like 3 minutes
without touching any water. That's kind of left to RNG if you're doing that, isn't it?
There's only one section in this stage where you're almost forced to hit water, and that's just because it's an auto-scrolling section that we're going to be getting to pretty soon, actually. Also, your combo meter goes up more based on how many enemies you target at once. I think I mentioned that in part 1, but now that now that the targeting system actually matters, like the point system and stuff, if you're trying to go for a high score, keep that in mind.
Sneaky.
Yeah. There's also, this game is, I was going to save this for later, but it is something I'm going to show off anyway. There is a bad ending to this game, which you're probably going to get your first time, because in order to get the good ending, you have to find gems that are hidden in almost every level in this game. Not every stage in the game has it, but all the main boss stages have a jewel that you can find. The game does not. The game sort of hints at this because when you first talk to Jewel, she says like, if you find anything interesting, you can talk to me and give it to me, and I might like the game hints that like you might want to give presents to Jewel because it'll help, like it'll make her help you more often. But you want to find these jewels because in order to get the good ending, you need to find them all. However, the game does explain that they exist, and so you'll find them sooner or later. So this is the auto-scroll section I was talking about earlier. The water is rising, and since you're nothing but electricity, if the water hits you, you're going to start taking damage, and you can't use your electric attacks and whatnot.
This is the part where I got stuck.
I can understand that. I died on this stage a lot when I first played it, too.
Because I believe you can drown in this level. I believe this is the level I was talking about where I said I drowned a lot.
Yeah, if you stay underwater for too long, you do start taking damage, so you will die eventually. Which is unfortunate. And it's happened to me too.
I don't think you explained the overheat part.
I might have in part 1. So the bar underneath Gunvolt there is your electric meter. It drains while you're holding down the R button. If it overheats, then you just have to wait for it to cool down. But while you're overheated, you can't use your electric attack, and you also have slightly less defense. So you're stuck with using your basic gun, which is fine.
No, it's not.
But you're also going to be taking more damage. Also, this guy's being an asshole because he's not opening up. You can't actually hurt him unless he opens up, and I didn't realize, and I wasn't sure about that.
I guess you have to be in front. I guess you have to be in front of him in order to actually do damage to it.
Yeah. Also, if you use one of your super attacks, it resets your kudos meter to 0 as well.
Wait, what?
Again, you don't need to max out that. It's just an added challenge that you can have. You get bonus points for, like, if you kill enemies while you're in the air, you get an extra 30 points, and so on and so forth. You get more points if you kill multiple enemies at once. Little things like that. It's not something you need to do to beat the game. It's just there for an added challenge.
Now, what was that about?
Oh yeah, every once in a while you'll get into a room where the doors will close, and then you just get attacked by a wave of enemies for a little bit, and you just have to kill them all, and then the door opens.
What was with the timer, though?
I don't think there was... Was there a timer?
Yes.
Because I didn't see it. I think with those rooms... Oh, I remember. You heard the alarm. If you actually go... There's actually an alarm in the top right corner of the room, and if you blow up the alarm, it instantly clears the room. So you can either just clear the room that way, or you can use the room to fill up your combo meter. Either way works out fine.
I thought it like insta killed you if you didn't do it quick enough.
No, that's just the alarm that's telling enemies to come kick your ass because you're locked in a room by yourself. This guy's hilarious because in the Game Boy, in the DS version, as I mentioned before, they had a lot of really silly lines in it. Like this guy's line's like, man, it would have been so much better if you just keeled over. I just want to go home and watch videos of cats. But in the
I gotta go back to
the more cleaned up version,
I gotta go back to my virtual. I just want to go home, but
yeah. Well, now he's just like, man, I just want to play MMORPGs. It's like, man, can I just kill you and go play Phantasy Star Online or some shit?
Nah, knowing him, he's probably a Final Fantasy fan.
No, he specifically said MMORPGs.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14. What do you think I meant?
RPGs. He meant more than just one.
Okay, so maybe he's playing all of them at the same time.
You couldn't make the obvious Warcraft joke?
Because that'd be too easy.
Anyway, so this guy's gimmick is is like the stage itself. There was a lot of portals. He'll open portals and then he'll attack you like 3 times in a row, and then he has like his extendy arm. And then his super move that you'll see later on is he's going to shoot a giant frickin' laser that you can't block. You just have to dodge it.
Like that?
Or he'll punch you. He will pull a sentinel and rocket punch your ass.
I was gonna say 16, but okay.
Oh no, you'll see in a second. Like
I can't.
When he powers, that is a sentinel arm right there.
Like I'm trying
So
to remember.
anyway,
I'm trying to remember. I don't think I fought this boss. I can't remember if I did or not.
Okay. So now I can actually go into bosses in general. Like, if you look at the health bar, each boss's health bar has 3 sections, and you'll know when you've cleared through a section because they'll be temporarily stunned and you'll get some experience. After the second health bar breaks is usually when the boss is going to use their super attack. So he used Lazy Laser there because that was his super move, where he just opens a whole bunch of portals, fires one gigantic laser that just keeps following you. You just have to find an open spot to dodge it.
Okay. I didn't actually see his health bar anywhere.
It was in the bottom right corner. It's very thin, unfortunately.
Well, no wonder I couldn't see it.
Yeah, it's a very thin purple bar in the bottom right corner.
They should really make that more obvious. They should have made that more obvious.
That's true. I agree with that too. Like I said, there's little things about this that kind of bug me like that. Again, unlike Mega Man Zero, you don't get special weapons from beating bosses, but you do get unique. You get new guns, but you don't get like special weapons or anything.
Obtained a jewel.
Yes, that's the jewel is the thing that I found when I was going through the flooded room. Also, the Naga is never mind. He's gonna start explaining. He's gonna start explaining new weapons. Like Mega Man Zero, instead of getting special.
I was gonna say
instead of getting special weapons.
He's the
He's
the weapons guy, right?
Yeah, sort of.
Sorry to talk over you. I just want to say that.
Oh no, it's okay. So, like Mega Man Zero, or just Zero in the Mega Man X games, instead of getting special moves, when you beat bosses, you get a new weapon. The Naga is pretty much my favorite weapon in the game, next to the standard weapon, because it's just... I think the Naga is the one that lets you tag 5 enemies in a row instead of their standard 3.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So if you're trying to go for more combos, that's the best weapon in the game to equip. And every time you get a jewel, thankfully the game will tell you have one. Talk to Joel as soon as you have the jewel, because if you want to get the good ending, you have to give her all the jewels that you find.
Here, have it. Here, have this gem I found on my adventures. He's a real...
That's another funny translation from the game, from the DS version. Like when you give it to her, it's like, how much should I look into this?
God damn it.
And Gunvolt's just like, yeah, very funny, Joel. Whatever. And the game does tell you what stages that you found jewels in, so you don't have to remember which stages you've been to. Thankful.
It's like, here, have this jewel. It's like, are you proposing to me? No. Just take the damn jewel.
Basically what they're trying to say.
Take the damn jewel.
So yeah, you get different you get more items for completing quests, and you use those to build better gear for yourself. There's stuff like items that'll give you a double jump or an air dash or extends the amount of time you can use your electric attack. Little things like that. It's stuff that you don't necessarily need, but like Mega Man Zero, like it's stuff that makes the game easier, so you may as well go out of your way to get it.
If I remember right, I think I went for the green guy first in my run.
Yeah, that's another thing about this game. There's really no set order to playing the stages in, because since there's no quote-unquote boss weakness order, you can actually go in to any stage you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
certain stages...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you first. You're explaining stuff.
That's fine. Certain stages are harder than others. Oh yeah, so Naga passes through multiple enemies and gets you 5 tags instead of 3. So if you're going for if you're trying to go for high kudos to get more points and stuff, you'd want to go for that. But anyway, since you don't technically get boss weaknesses in this game, you can go to any stage you want. But certain stages are going to be harder than normal. I recommend going to the subaquatic base first, because I consider that to be the easiest of the 6 stages you can pick from the start.
Oh, sure, make me look bad.
That doesn't mean you're bad at the game. Like the stage is still hard. Just in terms of difficulty scaling, I would say that's probably the easiest. And that's not really saying that much.
I like how you're trying to cover your ass when I say that. It's like,
I'm just trying to explain it.
It's
that's
like,
all.
I don't mean to say that you suck, but you suck. Get good.
The game is hard. If you die a lot, it's understandable. It's not like I was perfect at this game the first time I played it.
Just thought that was funny. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Also, this is not a traditional Mega Man game because there's not 8 bosses, there's only 6.
Secret boss Lumen. Fuck.
No, it's more like Mega Man 1 logic where there was 6 bosses instead of 8.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, like I was saying, since you don't really have boss weaknesses, you can go to any stage order you want. And you also don't need specific items to get the jewels in the other stages. You just have to find where they are. They're all in plain sight. You just have to look out for them.
Yeah. Now, you said before that last guy, he wanted to go home and play MMOs, right?
Yep.
You said he'd rather play PSO2? Yeah, I bet he's a scrub. I bet he's a scrub hunter. Oh wait, I'm a scrub hunter. Fuck!
See you guys for part 3.
My life is a lie!